All right, I'm back at the Thames Grove Conservation Area Disc Golf Course in Chatham, Ontario. And when I was at Myrtle Beach Open, another disc that I got was this Jackalope by Mint Discs. Very American stamp on it, I believe for USDGC. It says Rock Hill, South Carolina, 2023. You know, bald eagle with the stars and stripes. You know, gonna try this out. Haven't tried it out yet because never really had time where there wasn't snow to try out this disc yet. And it's been sitting in my collection just waiting to be tested and calling my name. And so finally today is the day. Starting off hole 1, 260-foot hole here. Just straight, basically. I've got that tree to contend with. Not sure how this disc is gonna go, so I'm gonna just try and throw straight at it. It's supposed to be an 8.5 -2-1, so an 8-speed, slightly understable. So I should be able to put it right in the basket and it go around the tree a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Oh, okay, I released that early. And I'm going towards basket of 9. Short because of where I went, but it had a pretty nice flight to it, I think. So hole 1, start off with a par, you know, not the best, not the worst. Definitely should be able to get a birdie with this disc, I think. Just released it a little bit early. It went nice and straight for a while before fading out at the end. So that's kind of cool. I don't know exactly what the plastics are that Mint calls it. I believe this is Eternal. The back says Jackalope 01 22 and ET. No, so I believe that's like the JLO 122 is the run and ET is for Eternal, but I could be wrong. Basically, for all the MVP fans out there, it's Proton plastic. Hole 2, 340 feet. Just again, I'm gonna see how far straight I can throw this. Okay, I'm releasing with a lot of hyzer. I just finished the previous video, which was for the Mint Lobster, and I was doing a lot of hyzer flipping, and hyzer is my natural go-to, and I think I'm going back to that right now, but it flipped up nicely. All right, there's 2 shots here I could try. I could either go backhand route that way, hyzer in, or I can try forehand, hyzer in. I'm gonna try with the forehand, give this a shot with forehand. Now I'm picky with my forehands because I don't trust my forehands a lot. So we'll see how this is. Okay, that went sky high, but that flipped up like a lot. I released that with a fair amount of hyzer and into the headwind. It went up to flat. Long putt. Oh, fail. Bogey already. Hole 3, 305 feet straight ahead. I usually try and go this right door here, let it fade in, see if I can get this to throw flat, what it throws like right now. Okay, you throw flat, it turns. It's definitely slightly turny. So that is in between my inertia and my virus, I would say. So that turned more than I expected from a -2. Not bad, but it's a flippier disc than I anticipated it being. It also has, it might be a little bit more glidey than a 5. So when I was at Myrtle Beach Open, I was talking to Ben, who designs these stamps, and Ben was telling me that his mission is to get people to throw more Mint and throw less MVP. And I was like, well, I throw a lot of MVP, and so he was like, well, try this disc, because this is the best fairway driver that you could have. Okay, I released that early. I was afraid that it was gonna flip up. It didn't flip up that time as much as previous times, so it went a little bit left. And if you haven't yet, you should definitely go and watch the video where I talked to Ben. I think it was pretty cool listening to somebody talk about designing disc golf stamps and how he got into it and whatnot, and especially if you're interested in art. I will say that that disc does get some pretty easy turn. Like that's a pretty easy disc to throw. There you go. Okay, now I'm throwing with a tailwind. And I've noticed this, it's a pretty strong tailwind today, so it's really making flippy discs less flippy. So I think this is gonna be a good example about how well this disc really throws and flies for, you know, slower arm speeds, like myself. Oh, that was so good. I really like that disc. I'm on hole 5, by the way, 555 feet, and hole 2 here turns big dog leg to the right. So you need a big anhyzer backhand, or you need a big hyzer forehand. I'm gonna see how this thing flies with some big forced anhyzer on it. So the lie isn't as good as the throw was. It kind of bounced at the end, rolled a little bit, ended up here out in the rough farther than the throw looked like. But the thing is, it turned pretty good around the corner, and had it just held that a little bit longer before, like had it fallen, come down holding that anhyzer a little bit longer before it faded out, I think it really would have been a great shot. Sit, sit, sit. Oh, cook that. Okay, the forehand approach of the driver was disappointing. There was just a hawk's cry, which is literally what they use for eagles in movies, which is kind of fitting with what's the stamp that's on here. As I've been going around throwing this disc, I've been thinking more and more, is this actually the best fairway driver for new players? Is this the best beginner driver that I've tried? You know, at 8 speed, it's a little bit faster than a Leopard 3. And normally I don't like suggesting 8 speeds to new players. I really like 6s and lower for new players. But this 8 has just been so easy to throw. So the only throw that I think I have left to try with this disc, for me to get a good sense of whether or not this is in fact the best beginner fairway driver, is the stock hyzer. So here we are, hole 6, 216 feet. It's not long. You don't need a lot of distance. You just need a good disc that you can rely on. I'm gonna try out the hyzer shot. I was a little short, and despite being slightly short, you know, I'm probably 209 feet from the basket, which I should be able to do that shot a little bit farther. I should be able to overshoot this basket a little bit, but I wasn't really giving it full power, and it felt clean, it felt smooth, it comes out of the hand so nice. And it still leaves you within circle 1 for that birdie shot. Hole 7, another par 4, 545 feet this time. So there doesn't feel like there's any wind right now. And like, I don't see the flags moving, even that one down there. So I think I've got a good opportunity to try and rip it forward and see what that turn is like. Ooh, hit the hydro wire, which I think is fine. I don't think it affected it that much. I barely touched it. When it's not directed into a headwind, this thing has less turn. It's more of a straight flyer. It's more what I was expecting the 7.5 -2 to be. A little bit of turn, a little bit of flip up, but not like the crazy flips I was getting into headwinds. But it still flips up just a little bit there, which helps with my hyzer throws that I have. Getting a slight little stand up from the hyzer that I released it on. And I haven't been releasing on a lot, but I still release just a little bit of hyzer, so getting that little bit of up to push straight. Just slightly bit to be desired on distance for this shot, but I'm okay. A par still makes me happy. That flew really nice both shots. Hole 8, par 3, 210 feet. Not a long shot, just need to not go in the river. Really big skip, but again, safe from the river. Little winds. I think I'm just inside the circle. Dang it. Par. All right, last hole, hole 9, par 3, 302 feet. We've got a little bit of tailwind. The wind is picked up again, flags are moving. So I don't think we're gonna get a whole lot of turn. So it's just gonna see how far can I crank this disc. Okay, a little nose up, but it rode it pretty decent, just outside a circle. Final thoughts on the Jackalope. I think while this isn't necessarily going to be in my bag yet, you know what? It might replace a passion for right now. I think the color is great. This plastic, this orange is so nice, and this orange very, very like easy to see. Into headwinds, flips up a little much. Into a tailwind, it's pretty much straight, slightly overstable. No wind, kind of just in between. It's just a nice little bit of ride, and it goes pretty far. And I think this is one of the easier discs to throw that I've thrown in a while. It just feels effortless. And I honestly think this is one of the better discs for me to suggest to new players. So I 100% give this my stamp of approval. I don't know that it's gonna really find a place in my bag because I'm mostly very happy with where my bag is at. The Huya being a 7-speed that's like really overstable, the river straight to slightly understable, you know, my inertia, the inertia, the servo, and this kind of has the same kind of spot as the servo, but I think this might throw easier. I think I like the servo better, but this is a little bit less effort, if that makes sense. But that's partially, I think, because I'm used to throwing the servo. So I might have to give this more, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to actually give this more of a chance and put it up against the servo.